Hola, amigos! It's time to bring the noise to another rousing edition of the AMA. Brad Evans here at your service, and I'm going to be here for the next several minutes answering your pressing fantasy football or sports betting needs. There are three simple ways to get a hold of me here on this broadcast. You see it right there at the bottom of your screen. Submit your questions via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on YouTube in the Fade the Noise channel. If you're new to this show, and you're like, hey, I'm sending some questions at Noisy Huevos there on X. Well, why aren't you answering them? Well, A, I don't answer questions anymore on X. I only answer them on thegamingjuice.com. B, those can't sync up with the StreamYard software, unfortunately. So those are the three best ways, social media-wise, to get in touch with me on this broadcast. Again, Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on the YouTube channel and Fade the Noise. So keep them coming, lock them in, and I'm going to go through every single one I possibly can here over the next about 30-40 minutes or so. Also, go to thegamingjuice.com, you jackwagons. It's my free site. All of my content lives there. Not only fantasy football, of course, I've got all my fantasy flames pieces, quarterback, running back, wide receiver / tight end. My top props piece posted yesterday. Unfortunately, one of those picks that I featured Najee Harris over on receiving yards didn't come to fruition. My free spreadsheet picks, always live, always free, always transparent, lives there on thegamingjuice.com. I have some college basketball selections as well. Certain teams got to be in action here in about 2 hours. ILL in the annual border war, taking on Missouri. So, you know what, Kyle said, Evans, it's going to be a multi-screen experience as I'm going to be juggling what's going on in the NFL and watching very intently Illinois hopefully get back on the winning track after blowing it against number one Tennessee, which I was in attendance for a few days ago in Champaign. So go to thegamingjuice.com. You want all those goods? You can even ask me a question or slow chat every single week. There's a banner at the top. It says Ask Brad on that menu. Click that, and if you're a member, and it's absolutely free to sign up, again, I won't charge you a single cent. You can fire off a question. I will get to it when I have time, and normally I'm in there a couple of times every single day throughout the week, answering your pressing fantasy football or sports betting needs. And I know some of you have already bowed out this year in their fantasy football playoffs. Hey, I understand the pain. I was in 5 playoffs. 5. Loss, and loss. Every single one of them. I think it's the first time it's ever happened to me in my nearly 30 years playing a fantasy football. But yeah, I made the playoffs in all 5 leagues, and I bowed out in all 5 leagues in round 1. Thanks, Derrick Henry, and a lot of those for not finding the end zone, and a really gracious matchup that you had against the New York Giants. But dims the breaks, man. It's the ebb and flow, the unpredictability of the virtual pigskin. So I can feel your pain, but if you're still alive, bravo to you. Way to go, and hopefully going to bring home the ship this year. Let's get to some player props that I like. And I've updated this morning because we've seen some line movement. Let's go with numero trace. And a popular name right now, I'm Patrick Taylor of the San Francisco 49ers. I think he's going to be a back-end RB2 in 12-team formats, half-point PPR specifically. And I love the over on his rush yards. I actually grabbed this when it opened on Friday. I was live on BetMGM tonight. Hopefully you're listening to that show. Myself and Ryan Horvat, Monday through Friday, across Odyssey stations nationwide. It's a live betting really extravaganza. We're sweating that stuff in real time, firing off all kinds of wagers in the future. A lot of those bets are actual bets over 3 hours every Monday through Friday. It's an action-packed show. For those who know me, high energy, a lot of fun, sound drops. We get kind of crazy with the Cheese Whiz there, and we're always transparent. So please check out BetMGM tonight. You can actually stream the show video form, and I'm sorry for that, on thegamingjuice.com. Again, Monday through Friday, 7-11 p.m. Eastern. But you look at Taylor, a guy that opened at 34.5, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. The number at some of the books is in the low 40s, but at BetMGM right now, it's still at 39.5. And I would take that. I also would bonus time, take the over on rush attempts. That number's at 10.5 at MGM. And I would take the over as well on receiving yards. I grab it at 9.5 when it opened. It's up to 11.5, and I would still play that. Here's the deal with Taylor. He's kind of the last man standing in that backfield. And philosophically, do you think San Francisco's really going to change? No, they're not. I mean, Deebo Samuel may get 5-6 totes in this game on the ground, but he's been largely effective on the ground really everywhere this year. Taylor knows the system. I think he fits it fairly well. And you look at the matchup, Miami's allowed 15 RBs to go for at least 40 this year. They are number 10 and respectively so with rush EPA over the last 5 weeks. On the season, though, they're giving up a decent 4.33 yards per carry, along with 87.1 rush yards a game, just a running back position. I think it's a minimum of 15 touches in this one for Taylor. I think he's going to soar probably north of 60, 70 combined yards. Good shot at the end zone as well. The Niners aren't dead yet when it comes to postseason, so Patrick Taylor could be a key cog today down there on South Beach in a decent matchup against Miami. So give me that over on 39.5 rush yards. Numero dos here on abbreviated version of the Fave 5 countdown. Brian Thomas, give me most receiving yards at plus 190. Yeah, I get seduced by that juice there at BetMGM. This one just posted like about an hour ago, and I grabbed it immediately. I'm actually on the standard line, too, in the over 71.5. Some of the books I saw was a 70.5. Some of the other books I saw was like 73.5. I think he's going to be flirting with the century mark yet again. He had a 10-catch game last week, went over a hundo last week as well. He's got over the standard 71.5 line in 4 straight games. He's number 4 in total yak, number 15 total air yards this season, number 15 in total route wins. And it's Vegas. They're playing for Shadir Sanders right now. They may lay down and die in this game at home. Number 25 in pass EPA over last 5. And he's going to see a lot of Richardson, Cameron Richardson in coverage, who has got the 10th worst coverage grade according to PFF. A main defensive back in the league, giving up 17.2 yards per catch. So I like Brian Thomas to lead this game in receiving yards. My only concern really is one Brock Bowers, but I think Thomas at plus 190, very realistic shot of that happening, and I grabbed it immediately. Numero on the abbreviated edition here with the Fave 5 countdown. My favorite player prop of the week, and I've been singing its praises, been talking about, I've been blue in the face, Jackson Smith and Jibba. Now, I grabbed the over at 61.5 receiving yards, still well south of 70, every single sportsbook that's out there. And frankly, I just don't understand. I also took it for most receiving yards in the game against Minnesota at plus 350. Yeah, that's also on the spreadsheet. A little half a unit sprinkle on that bad boy at BetMGM. JSN is very much in play to have the most yards in this game. I know Justin Jefferson's got the other side of the LOS, but JSN's got a supreme matchup. Why? Well, yeah, I know Minnesota's number 10 in pass EPA the last 5 weeks. They've also allowed the most wide receiver yards of any NFL secondary this season. You look specific at this number, they have allowed 16 guys to go over this, and more importantly, since he sees about 77% of his snaps out of the slot, he will get a lot of Byron Murphy in coverage, who's given up the 5th most yards of any defensive back in the league, along with a 70.9% catch rate. JSN has cashed over this in 7 straight games. He is number 6 in total yak. And he's number 2 in total route wins among all wide receivers. Guy that's really blossoming. Geno Smith is going to be healthy enough to start in this game. So JSN, my number 1 play here in week 16 on the over receiving yards. And again, I like that sprinkle, baby. Hopefully make some more cash money. Plus 350 to lead the game. All right, a number of your questions are coming in right now, and keep them rolling, folks, and keep giving me the thumbs up, the hearts, the middle finger emoji. I don't care. Just interact with the content the best way that you can. Here are the 3 different ways you can submit your questions to me on this broadcast: via Facebook, Yahoo Noise, on Twitch, a Big Noise 78, or on my YouTube channel, and Fade the Noise. So keep locking them in, keep loading them. And let's go ahead and get to them right now. And, man, they are coming in hot and heavy, which I love. Thank you very much. And happy holidays to all of you out there. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Hope you had a great Hanukkah if you celebrate that. Kwanzaa's your jam. Have a great one. It's holiday season, so I'm all about giving gifts, and we're getting after it right now with Shane. Hola, says Shane. Full point BBR, sir, 2. JSN in my lineup automatically. DK, DJ Moore, Swift, ETM McLaurin, or Taylor Jr. That's Patrick Taylor. Look, I like Patrick Taylor, but you got other splendid options here. I diversify the Bonzo Wu-Tang Financial style for your old school Chappelle fans. I'm going to go JSN. I'm going to go DJ Moore. The Bears are going to have to throw a ton. And I actually grabbed the over on 1.5 passing touchdowns to Caleb Williams in this game at plus 150. I think DJ Moore's got a really good shot of catching one of those strikes. And I think he's going to catch a minimum probably 6 balls in this game, around 70 yards, and that possible touchdown. Far more upside and more consistency with him compared to DK Metcalf. So give me JSN and give me DJ Moore. And good luck to you there, Shane. HockeyNet says, hola, amigo, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Full point PPR need 1 out of Tyrone, DeAndre Swift, Patrick Taylor, and Kendre Miller. Yeah, Kendre Miller is probably going to be another popular name, but you got Spencer Rattler under center. You're going to see stack fronts. You're going to also see him probably get swallowed whole because Green Bay Packers front line has been firing in all cylinders. Just look at last week, what they did. They utter destruction against that Seattle Seahawks trench work in that game. So I don't trust Kendre Miller at all. It could be a native game script. Swift's kind of interesting. Patrick Taylor. You know what? I'm going to go with Patrick Taylor out of that group. Slight advantage over Swift. I think he's going to find the end zone. Just a gut feeling on my part. That's who I roll with. Good luck to you, Hockey Nut. Have a great holiday. Hola, Brad from TV12 BB6. Packers or Bills on defense? I'm going to go with Green Bay. Spencer Rattler's going to be good for an INT. Maybe 2. Maybe it's a pick 6. And who claims Deontay Johnson? We'll see. It's going to be somebody in the playoff hunt. It's probably going to be decided by, is there a major injury that occurs? Maybe the Texans with Tank Dell out of action. Maybe they give him a call, pick him up, and say, hey, we need you because we need try to get in the NFL playoffs and make a deep postseason run. That team makes the most sense based on recency and what went down yesterday. And Godspeed to Tank Dell, man. That was really sad to see. And CJ Stroud was beside himself. Really depressing to see that. But dislocated knee, he'll be back next year. I'm glad it wasn't something far more serious than that. But Deontay Johnson to Houston, to me, makes a ton of sense. And then give me the Green Bay defense. Jesse says, hola, Brad, hola to you. DTR was my boy, Judy. Yeah, I'm screwed. Yeah, it's not the greatest feeling. I will say that. Need some help, PPR. Need 2 wide receivers, Myers, Ridley, or Judy. Myers is in because it's Jacksonville. They're dead last in pass EPAD, and Aiden O'Connell's going to be back. So that makes a ton of sense to me. Then it comes down to Ridley or Judy. I'm going to go with a better quarterback. And honestly, it's Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and Mason Rudolph will probably sit back there in the pocket. Dealing with a negative game script is my expectation. And hopefully check a lot of passes in the general direction of Calvin Ridley. Upgrade over Will Levis, who is just going to be sipping on mayo-filled coffee on the sidelines the rest of the season, maybe the rest of his career, man. He's been trash this year. I thought it was going to be a step forward for him. I was terribly wrong about that. And now he is riding the pine. And defense need 1 out of Bengals, Vikings, or the ATL. God. Cincinnati's interesting because ZTR is a train wreck. You know what? I will roll the dice with Cincinnati and maximize the matchup. Good luck to you there. Hockey Nut says, Ferguson or Strange? Give me Strange. Win is Strange. And Atlanta, Tampa, or Buffalo defense? I'll take the Bills. Fantasy, PPR Flex, Jonnu Smith or Garrett Wilson? Love Garrett Wilson this week, although I really like Jonnu with no Jalen Waddle on the field. Bucky Irving or Kenneth Walker III? I go with Bucky. Buck up. A really good shot for him to exceed his rush yards prop, which is in the low 60s. He could flirt with 100 yards in this game and possibly find the end zone as well. Dallas has been nearly the dregs of the keg in rush EPAD all year. So give me Bucky. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. Slight advantage over Jonnu, but I think that's a lucky 7 situation. Really can't lose with either option. Hola, says George. Hola to you. Got me here again, and thank you. Well, hey. You're still alive in the fantasy playoffs, apparently. So congratulations. Tyrone Tracy or Patrick Taylor in a PPR? I'm going to go Patrick Taylor. A lot of people are like, well, Debo's got to get his action on the ground. He will. Probably going to carry the ball I would say 5-6 times. Kyle Juszczyk maybe used a couple of times, but who else do they have? It's Taylor. They're not going to completely, flip the system upside down and say, yeah, we're going to throw it 90% of the time with Brock Purdy. They're just not going to do that. Not against the secondary in Miami. Not against Jalen Ramsey, though he has played some terrible football here last 5 weeks. I like Patrick Taylor quite a bit. I think around 70 total yards and a possible touchdown. Very much doable. Good luck to you. Aubrey says, hola, Brad. Hola to you, Aubrey. Long one. Half point BBR need a wide receiver, running back, tight end, and a flex. Jennings, Brian Thomas is in. That's like automatic. That's eye candy when I see that name. Miller, Etienne, Taylor, Laporta, or Jonnu. Okay, so you need a wide receiver, running back, a tight end, and a flex. Tight end is going to be Jonnu. And I'm still debating Sam Laporta. The running back, you already got Taylor in there. You're going to go wide receiver with Tom. Oh, actually, wide receiver with Thomas, and then the flex. The flex is going to be Juwan Jennings. All right, so to recap, Brian Thomas, a wide receiver. Taylor at running back for me. Jonnu at tight end, and your flexy sexy option there is Juwan Jennings, who has got a great match because, again, Jalen Ramsey is going to be his primary assignment, and he is not played great football at $70+ million. Jesse says one more different league, PPR. McMillan or Judy? I'll go McMillan. Again, I just don't trust DTR at all. Hola, amigo, and a PPR Strange or Ferguson. Strange for me. Need a wide receiver, McMillan. Opponent has Mayfield. Really doesn't matter. You're just trying to maximize points. Watson or Patrick? It's really close between McMillan and Christian Watson. I'm going to go McMillan. Hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas. Same to you, Phils, and really appreciate the interaction all season long. Tommy says, hello, cousin. Hola. I didn't know we're related. PBR flex, McMillan, Miller, Etienne, or JMO is St. Brown in my lineup. Man, JMO is muy interesante. Miller's out, Etienne's out. It comes on McMillan and JMO. Bears stink. Just stack Lions. I'll take JMO. George says, Una Moss, football PBR, Bucky Irving, Hubbard, or Miller. Bucky Irving for me. Only Son says, Merry Christmas, half point PBR, need 2. McLaurin, Walker the third, or Bucky. I'm going to go Scary, Terry, and Bucky, because I think Charbonnet's going to play a little bit of a role. Al says, oh, captain, my captain. Pick 2 in a super flex. Goff or Goof. I think that's Goff, actually. He's kind of a goof sometimes. Higgins, Shakir, Keenan Allen, or Thielen. I'm going to go T. Higgins, and you got to play quarterback there, and Jared Goff. So you got Burrow and Chase already in. Hey, man, stack all of those Cincinnati Bengals. They could be monstrous today. If you don't want to do that, Keenan Allen's the next man up. Strange or Hawk, and Strange or Kraft. I'm going to go Hawk and say I'm going to go Kraft. Good luck to you again there, Tommy. Apparently related. Packers or Vikings in a DST. Give me Green Bay. Any weather concerns in Seattle or any other game? It's going to rain in Seattle, but when is that going to be much of an issue? You could see some light frozen precipitation at the start of the Green Bay game tomorrow, but nothing overly concerning in terms of the winds and really precip from what I've seen so far today. Ryan says, hola, Miguel Laporta or Kittle. I'm going to go Sam Laporta barely, although it's really close with Kittle. Darnold or Rodgers, give me Ron. I need 2 at a flex between Devontae Adams. Adams is in. JSN is in. Then it comes down to Metcalf, Ford, or Ramondre, or Swift. I'm going to go Jerome Ford, actually. I featured them on the GameAndJuice.com and my Fantasy Flames at running back this week. Merry Christmas, says Paul. Merry Christmas to you. Which of the following in order, please? Smith, Harrison Jr., Judy, McMillan. It goes Smith. It goes Harrison Jr., McMillan, then Judy. Again, DTR, I don't flat out trust the guy. Jared says, who sits between Irving, London, or Ford? Probably Ford, sadly. Hola, amigo. Thank you for your insights this year, and thanks for joining the broadcast. Need your help to get the ship or chip. A half point PBR, keep 2. DJ Moore in. Khalil Shakir, Juwan Jennings and more. Por favor. Good luck to you, Nerdcos. Dave says, hola. Need help with a running back, pick 1, and wide receiver, pick 3. Standard league, holy mackerel. Let's see. Running back, Tracy, Miller, Spears. Probably Tyrone. I would call Tyrone there over Miller and Spears barely. Wilson, Thielen, Neighbors, Thomas, McLaurin. Okay, Thomas is in. Wilson is in. And I'm going to go Scary Terry for the other option there over Neighbors and Thielen. Scott's full point PPR flex. A.J. Brown, BTJ, or Jonnu Smith. Oh, wow. Look, I love Brian Thomas. I really do. But it's really hard for me to justify sitting A.J. Brown. He may see a lot of Marshawn Lattimore in coverage. I don't think it really matters. He's got to put him some great numbers. All three of these guys should do hellified damage, respectively, in their matchup. So for me, the order I put is A.J. Brown, 1A, and really a 1B is Brian Thomas. And then Jonnu Smith is a firm number 3 on that list. Jonathan says, need the guru. Hardly a guru, but I have an opinion. Darnold or Rodgers or PPR running back? Rodgers running back. Okay. Oh, I see. Darnold or Rodgers. And then at running back in a PPR, Miller or Taylor. Taylor for me. So give me ayahuasca and give me Taylor, por favor. Andrew says, banged up Pollard or Algier to 9-point PPR. I'll take the banged up Pollard, please. Scott says, hola to you. Purdy or Kyler. I feel like it's going to be a Connor game. And it probably will, but it also could be a Kyler game. The Docs and Desert could always scoot those little legs. I do agree, though, that I think Purdy has a little bit more potential, and he can scoot his longer legs, to say the least, today. Daddy need. Daddy gotta have it from Daddy. And, of course, he's got to follow with a question here momentarily. I do first save. Great. Congratulations to you, Ron. I have no idea what that is, and I don't care. Schneid says, hola, amigo, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Pollard or Taylor? I roll the dice with Patrick Taylor, given the injury concerns there. Tony Pollard and Spears playing a substantial role. There's Danny's question. Flex PPR. Jennings, Addison, or Myers? Give me Juwan Jennings, please, and thank you. Hola, amigo. Hurts or Murray from Joe? Oh, it hurts so good. Come out, Jalen, make it hurt so good. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts. And, of course, saying to myself with that old school Mellencamp reference. Chris says, hola, amigos, hola to you. Pittman or Romeo Dobbs? I'm going to go Romeo Dobbs. I actually bet on this morning over 36.5 receiving yards. And you might see him in a column on the gamingjuice.com. It's going to post a little bit later today. Feliz Tequila Dad. Yeah, exactly. Mas Tequila. I got a bottle of Clase Azul. I purchase it every Christmas. To me, from me kind of gift. I haven't opened it yet. Today might be that day, although I got to work tomorrow. I don't have to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so maybe Monday. That'd be the smart thing to do. Let's go to Robert. Hola, amiga. Downs or Rashad White? And I flex on a PPR. I think Rashad White scores. I wrote about it on thegameandjuice.com, and I'm going to stick to my guns there. Terry says Mayfield or Golf. I will go Baker Mayfield. Clint says, hola, senor. Hola. Knocked out all my legs. Yeah, I know the pain. Oh, well, beat goes on. SGP, any of these, ring your bell. Oh, I love it. SGPs, baby. Anytime touchdown for Puka. Okay, I can get on board with Puka over Cup. Barkley over 19 rushes. Yes, like that. I grabbed that actually at 19.5. So if you're getting a half a tick better, even better. Got Rodgers, 2 more passing touchdowns. I'm in on that. Bryce over 14 rush yards. Yeah, okay, I can get along with that as well. So I would take Puka in the touchdown dilemma, which naturally means Cubs probably going to score. Good luck to you there. Feliz Navidad, amigo, says Steve. I need to sit one out of Brees, Kyron Williams III, JSN, and Chuba. God, probably Brees Hall, quite frankly. It seems like asinine. It seems sacrilegious for you to maybe say your first round pick, but I like Kyron Williams over. Love JSN today, and I think Chuba's going to have himself a muy bueno game. So that's my take there. Jay says, buenos dias, Senor Evans. Buenos dias and feliz Navidad. Yes, indeed. Pick one. Madison, Tracy, Miller, Spears, and Taylor in a full point PPR. Ooh. I'm going to go Patrick Taylor. Again, I got to just stick with my gut. I'm fully invested in the props market on him. I'm kind of invested in with my fantasy thoughts, although I've been knocked out all my playoffs. So take it for what it's worth. Good luck to you there, and Merry Christmas. Malcolm says, need one wide receiver in a flex. McMillan, Ridley, Miller, Downs, Jamison, Williams. I'm going to go with Downs and JMO. Slight advantage over McMillan, Ridley, and Miller would be very last on that list for me. Jeremy says I fucked up. You know, I do it all the time. I wake up and I mess up. Left Pickens in one of my matchups. Yeah, that is a drop the ball moment. Need high upside. Mac Jones is fighting like his job depends on it, or Cooper Rush, pick 2. But you know what? I'm probably going to go with Mac Jones because of the rushing upside. Yeah, he ran for nearly 30 yards last week. Could run for another like 15 more. Cooper Rush could have a decent game, but Tampa's secondary playing a hell of a lot better late. So give me Mac Jones, the Mac Daddy. And then pick 2 out of Miller, Harrison, or Pollard. I don't trust Miller. Give me Harrison and Pollard. Cooper Rush or Jane Daniels. Hey, we're remotely close to Jane Daniels. Well, let me go from Addison. This is the season for giving, and the Colts continue to be generous at tight ends. Give me a Conquo. Everything today. Happy holidays at Jack Wankins. Good luck to you there, Addison. Hopefully that will cash for you. And I know the Colts have been. I mean, look, if Adam Troutman can score against them, so could a Conquo. Hey, there's Ron with an actual question. Myers, Addison, or Tyrone Tracy? Happy Festivus. Yes, gather around the aluminum pole and area grievances. I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers out of that triumvirate. Evan says flex time. Judy or Keenan Allen? Give me Keenan Allen. Joe says Cincy or Philly D? Give me Philly. Jay again says, I think I already answered that one. It's the exact same question. Good luck to you, Jay. The other Jay, Burrow or Murray? Give me Joe Burrow. Could be a 3-touchdown kind of game today. Ian, hola. Hope you have a great Xmas. I shall. In Jigba. Jawan Jennings, C. Higgins, E2. God, I love all these guys. JSN is in. And then give me a T, I guess. I mean, really can't lose with any of those options. Happy hammering holidays. Yeah, pick it. Or you got to go with the hammer there. Penix, Bryce Young, or Mac Jones. Penix is a wild card because we just don't know what he's got. He was great in college, but this first start of his NFL career, give me Bryce Young. And then give me Jaden Reed over Miller. Again, I just don't trust Miller. Daddy wants that, and he got a daddy have it. You got to have it. Their daddy, J. Red, says, ILL will defeat South Carolina. Make sure you take the bet, you Jack Wagons. I don't know about that. I hope they're competitive. And more importantly, I hope the ILL just wins and covers against Mizzou in the border war in the bragging rights game. Tip it off here in about 90 minutes. Please help McMillan. Do I play B-Rob, White, or Miller? I'm going to go Rashad White. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Yeah, go that route. 3 wide receiver league, and I'm starting Lamb, Higgins, and Jennings. Yeah, like those. Between the guys to choose from, RB2 spot. I also have Williams and McMillan to use. So, yeah, I don't like Robinson against Philly. I don't like Miller either. I would go J-Mo and then, keep those other 3 wide receivers in your lineup. And then I go Rashad White under the primetime lights, man. It's only appropriate a white Christmas. He finds the end zone. And same with you, Joe. Go with that white Christmas theme. And over Patrick Taylor. Tim says Drake London or Adam Thielen. Thinking Thielen for the floor. Yeah, I mean, Thielen's got to have a better floor, but if you want Chase ceiling, it's Drake London. If Penix does show up, he's got a howitzer of an arm. I mean, Drake London's got that long body. That offense has been tepid with Kirk Cousins. So, if anything, it's going to be a fair exchange putting Penix in there. So I kind of like London a little bit more. Jesse says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Just want to say thank you for all your hard work and kick-ass advice to the entire year. Hey, you're welcome. I don't charge you anything. I'm doing this 100% for free. I haven't made a single penny off the gamingjuice.com. We're going to see if that continues. I don't know if it will. I'm tired. So, I get paid through radio, and I basically write for a hobby right now. And I just really appreciate all you interacting with these video sessions. And, of course, reading the content on that beautifully designed site there at Boom Press. But we'll see if it continues. Addison says, bonus time. Zach Hyman goal. I have no idea who he plays for because I don't know jack nor squat about hockey. I leave that to Nathaniel Lundy, my podcast partner on the Fade 5. Hopefully you're downloading and subscribing to that as well. More free content. Not getting paid for that either. Merry fucking Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas to you there, Addison. Tommy says, thoughts on Tyreek today? Probably like a middling wide receiver too. Andrew says, Pollard, Swift, Taylor, Miller need one. I'm going to go with Patrick Taylor. Again, DJ Moore or Jennings in a full point PPR for both. Give me DJ Moore. Tua or Kyler. I'll take Kyler. Juice says, need 2 out of the 3. DK, Shakir, Ford. Give me DK and give me Ford. I am intoxicated, or Ian intoxicated. Start one, Bush Light Bob, the Rev, or Fun Bags. Oh, man. That's a tough call. Bush Light Bob, I hope he's doing all right. He was a feature on our show back in the day. Used to always chime in on Fantasy Football Live. And hey, I'm working on a revival of that, folks. So stay tuned. That might be back next year. You just never know. The Rev Fun Bags, 1A, 1B. They're both fantastic, phenomenal friends still. I still consider them the best colleagues. I miss the old Yahoo days. We had a team until corporate cutdowns came and like, Brad, you got to go. See ya. And yeah, I took my papers and left. One more, PBR, JSN or Higgins. Give me JSN. Terry says London or Jennings. And a PBR, give me Juwan Jennings. Christopher says, oh, look, it's Urla, Feliz Navidad. PBR Flex, Stevenson, Debo, Spears, Thielen. Give me Adam Thielen. Thomas says Pacheco was forever banned from my teams. The injuries, yeah, it was a rough go so far this year. Dwayne says Feliz Navidad. I need a flex standard scoring. Cup, JSN or Ford. JSN, please. Question your love for JSN with the Vikings if you the second fewest. Yeah, I know. Air yards per attempt to the slot since week 8, where JSN runs 86% of his routes this year. Great homework. But again, my research says, and I got it written down right here, and I wrote about it, why I love JSN. Minnesota number 10 in pass CBA defense. Supports your narrative. But, again, they have allowed the most wide receiver yards of any secondary in the league this year. Byron Murphy, who is going to be the primary slot guy, and that secondary, 5th most yards in a DB, 70.9% catch rate. One of us is going to be right. Probably going to be you. Good luck to you, Dwayne, but I'm sticking with my guns in JSN. Kirk says, Merry Christmas and have a safe and happy New Year. Same to you. Jason says, RB2, full point VBR, B, Rob, White, or Miller. Again, it's White for me. I wrote about him. I have money on him. Plus 120, I believe it was the juice I locked in it at either DraftKings or MGM. Anytime touchdown. And then also have J-Mo McMillan to play. Thanks for the help. I'm going to go with White. If you need a second option, it's J-Mo. Hola, amigo. Need to DK, Shakir, Ford, Walker. I'm a 15-point dog. Thanks. I'd probably go with DK. And I'm going to diversify and go Jerome Ford. That's really tough. Kyler or Golf. I'm going to go Kyler J. Brian Robinson or Jerome Ford. I'll go Ford. Big noise. Geller here. Hey, Josh. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Miss you, Ogier. Yeah, I appreciate you, coming aboard and seeing this hideous, ugly face once again, live and in living color. Taylor or Miller. I'm assuming that's not Jonathan Taylor. It's Patrick Taylor or Keandre Miller. And I'm going to go with one Patrick Taylor. Good luck to you, my man. Happy holidays to you. Joe says PPR need 2. Chuba, Brees, Kenneth Walker, or Juwan Jennings. I'm going to go with Chuba and Jennings, please. Standard sit 1. Ford, Neighbor, Shakir also sit between Swift and Metcalf. Ooh. I'm going to sit DeAndre Swift. Stafford, Love, or Drake May from Peyton. Man, these are all interesting options. Give me Matthew Stafford, though. May is highly intriguing. But considering the Bills are 14-point favorites, he could clean up a garbage time, can make plays with the legs. Man, that's really tough. Tommy, I think with his 8th question of the show, Stevenson, Miller, or Madison in a PPR. I think I filled out his entire roster. I'm going to go with Madison. Kyler or Purdy. I'm going to go Purdy. Jennings, Devontae Smith, and a flex. Give me Jennings by a hair. I'm playing Cup and Higgins and need the help in the flex half-point PPR. Tyreek, Moore, Taylor, or Addison. Give me Tyreek. And then you only need one. If you only need one, I go Tyreek. DJ Moore is the next man up. Evan says Keenan Allen or Ridley. Give me Keenan Allen. Danny says any concerns with the weather during Green Bay game? No, not really. Like I said, there could be some light frozen precipitation, mixed bag of stuff, a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow. But that is supposed to exit early in the evening in the Green Bay area. It may be out of there by game time. But if it's going to impact the game, it may only be in like the first quarter and a half or so, if at all. So, no, I'm not overly concerned, and wins aren't that big of a deal. Make sure you Jacksons or Jack Wagons. I think that autocorrect it. Go to thegamejuice.com. It's free and easy to sign up. It really is. Thanks, Phils. Probably overthinking, but Debo or Chico Conquo And my third flex, I'm going to roll the dice with Debo. I know some of the contributors here on this broadcast believe that Conquo could do some damage, but he have like maybe one reception for maybe a touchdown. Good luck to you there. Richardson or Tua, need a miracle. Thanks, Brad. Well, if you need a Christmas miracle, I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson because of the rushing upside. So there you have it. All right, there you go. Perfect. And thank you, says Danny. Yeah, I think I'm about out of time. It's holy cow. Yeah, I am. Do me a favor. I'm going to be on the old Bleacher Report app with my buddy Claudia Bellafato here in about 22 minutes for another edition of our Booms, Busts, and Bank Picks. We're going to go game by game. Give you selections in every single NFL contest. I have them all written down on this sheet of paper. I put a lot of time and research into the various things that I do to try to make you some money. I know it's been a struggle here in the betting market the last about month for your boy. But that's the ebb and flow in gambling. I appreciate everybody joining. I will do one more of these before I bid adieu for the season. So if you make your fantasy title games next week, I will be around next week. And then after that, adios, sayonara, no more. It's going to be really all college basketball time. They'll all have some player prop action in the NFL postseason as well. So enjoy the holiday break. Let the libations flow. Have fun with your families. Get the dub today in fantasy. Make some money in betting. And until next time, adios, amigos. Feliz Navidad.